It's called it, we have called it many different things. The bottom line is the theme is finishing what we started. So I had an agent this morning say that they're going to go ahead and order breakfast and lunch because they're going to be on this thing all day. And that's kind of what I wanted to bring up today. So today is an all-day information workshop session. You're going to have a bunch of speakers visiting with you, but it'll be come and go. So we're not going to be on Zoom every second of all day, and I wouldn't expect you to. I understand it's difficult. So we do have some time slots. I thought you had already received them in advance, but we'll be having periods where you can get away, go make some phone calls, order some coffee or munchies, whatever the case may be, and maybe continue making a few more sales, right? As the DM would always have to plug that in. But we will come and go. I believe we have like 11 agents, 11 or maybe 12 agents that are going to visit with you today. And I'm going to ask you to give them the professional courtesy. And we've asked them to do their best to add value to you guys. So I don't know, man. I think this is pretty exciting, especially the fact that many of us haven't even seen each other for a while. So I wanted to say this much. We do have a great lineup today. I hope that today's stories and messages and educational information will be somewhat of a business bridge, kind of like an inflection point of the power of possibilities. So let me share that with you. The folks that are talking today are going to share with you their heart and their mind. And I say if we can apply those capacities together, then we don't know what's impossible. So we have for you a group of folks today that have agreed to bring value, friendship, and the farmer's family spirit. So another thing I'm going to do today is, this may be my largest remarks of the day. I don't want no clapping in the background, but I'm going to do my best to say very little. The agents and my staff have enough information to share with you, and they're pretty excited about it. So I'll say it again. I'm going to try my best to say very little once we get the program going, out of respect for the speakers and my staff who did a lot of work putting this together. But believe you me, our speakers, agents, and our farmers' friends, they have a big heart that they want to share with you today. They have the boldest of talents, and they love to learn. So I'll say the theme again. Let's finish what we started. Can I get an okay, Jeremy, from you or Courtney, if we have Stephanie on the line yet?
Yes, she is on the line.
So I wanted to let you guys know that, like I mentioned earlier, Stephanie is not even aware of our all-day thing. So this will be her first time maybe that I'll invite her if she wants to participate with us on and off all day. But I started thinking about what we do. And we never, as a district manager, we can never do anything right. We can never make everybody happy. But I started thinking, we don't need to go anywhere. We got plenty of power here in Texas. And then the South is second to nobody, guys. We are pretty strong all over the country. South Texas is a small part of the world to farmers, but we have some large and aggressive agents. So this morning, I wanted to start this morning with a Corpus Christi, Texas agent. Obviously, her name is Stephanie Waterman. Most of you know Stephanie Waterman. Most of you that don't know her, she's been in the insurance business about 30 years. Started with farmers about 20 years ago. And rumor has it that even when she was in high school, the insurance world stepped into her world as well. She's a multiple lines, Topper Club, championship. and even multiple lines, president, counsel, agent. So I'll say this and I'll get ready to transfer everything over. Years ago, I asked Stephanie, we didn't even know each other. I asked her if she would come down to San Antonio to visit with some of my rookies. And the first thing she said is, when do you need me down there and how many times can I help? And that was some time ago, Stephanie and the rest of you guys. She didn't say about what, how long do I have to do this? She goes, when do you want me down there and how many times can I help? And I'll never forget that. Even now, years later, here I am talking about it. And it brings me a lot of excitement to bring President's Counsel Stephanie Waterman to our Zoom meeting today to help us all finish what we started and to make tons of money. After that conversation that Stephanie had with the rookies, some of you listening today, remember, you heard about it. You heard about Stephanie's passion, her performance, and we took a trip to Corpus Christi. Stephanie Waterman, I will step aside and the show is yours. Thank you and welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. Well, I'm excited to be here. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me?
Yes,
We can.
Okay, great. Well, I'm excited to be here talking with District 44 and such a great day today. Down here, it's bright and sunny and nice and warm. Keep us warm down here. But I'm very excited today to talk about marketing and a lot of the advertising and marketing type things we do in the agency that really makes a difference in our numbers. The little things that don't cost a lot of money, because they don't have to cost a lot of money to be real effective. But, you know, I started, as Roy said, 20 years ago, scratch agency, policy number 1, policy number 2, as many of you have done the same out there in San Antonio. But what I decided when I first became an agent is, what am I going to do to make this phone ring? I need to hire people immediately. David Sewell gave me advice, and he said, Stephanie, when you're a brand new agent, you need to hire people right before you can afford them. And I thought, that's an interesting concept. But I decided that he must know what he's doing, so I followed his lead and hired someone immediately. And I decided, what am I going to do to make the phone ring? That is my job, because I didn't want to buy leads. I didn't have money to buy leads. And back then, you know, farmers didn't have the type of programs they have now where they're more cost effective. But so I started entertaining realtors and mortgage companies, and I would take them to breakfast and drinks. Later years, I would take them to breakfast, lunch, and drinks, but in the beginning, it was just too expensive to take people to lunch. I mean, that would be 20 bucks. And I could take them to a cheap Mexican food breakfast and have some coffee and a taco and really get to know them and ask for their business. And a lot of agents don't actually ask for the referral. And that's something I've noticed. They become friends with people, but you've got to say, I really need your help. Will you please send me your next 5 clients? And you talk about what you can do for them and how you can work together. Because working together with realtors and mortgage companies specifically is how you differentiate yourself from other agents. Because we all can't just say, hey, refer to me because I'm cute and I'm nice and I'm your buddy. You need to have something and team up with them and develop a relationship. Some examples of things I do, I team up with the people that sell the home warranties and a mortgage company and I. Something that we've done that's been real successful that you could do in San Antonio. Agents love it. What you do is you go to a nail salon, one of these inexpensive nail salons where they've got all the chairs lined up, and you want one that has about 15 chairs. And you ask them if they'll open early for you at 9 a.m. and have realtors come in for pedicures, get a deal on the pedicures because you're doing so many, and have it less expensive, but you're dividing the cost between the three of you. And so it's less expensive. Have the home warranty company do CE credits, because they're able to teach continuing education to the realtors. And so they can sit there, the realtor, for an hour, get a pedicure, and get continuing education. Invite your top people, the people that really do the business, and then have a TV commercial for your agency and the mortgage company. And by teaming up together with the mortgage company, you're more likely to get referrals from that mortgage person. I'm telling you, it's something that's made a difference. They love it. And pedicures are still open here in Corpus Christi, even through this pandemic. But it's something that has really made a difference, and agents just really love it. I do a lot of lunch and learns where I go in as the trusted advisor to different real estate companies, and I pick topics such as rental properties or homeowners insurance, auto insurance I talk about. And most real estate companies require agents to have 100, 300, 100. And so I inform them of that on the liability and show them the difference in the cost of the liability, the cheap liability versus the 100, 300, and talk about it doesn't cost that much, and that puts a feather in your hat for the broker. One thing that I've done to really help relationships and get to know other mortgage people is join the board of realtors. It costs about $300, $400 a year. You can get involved in different, they have different committees on there, and they have like reach out committees where people are first home buyers, seminars that you can team up with mortgage people and reach the public and do your spiel. So there's a way, instead of just marketing to realtors and mortgage people, you can also reach out to the public. One thing that I do that has really made a difference, let's see here, I have these folders. This is one that I did for Keller Williams Coastal Bend, and I teamed up with a mortgage company. As you can see, this one was Starkey. That's Keller Williams, used to be their favorite mortgage company. I have my ad on the flap. The mortgage company has their ad on the flap. These cost about $2 a piece. The realtors use these folders when they're presenting the contracts to the buyers that are buying the homes. And so they can, this is exactly when they're going to be shopping for insurance, their mortgage. There are companies out there that charge thousands of dollars, and they have tons of ads, and they're real trashy looking. So I decided to create my own folders, and I've got a printing company that'll do them real inexpensive. If you're interested, I can get you, I can get Roy his name and number, and y'all can, I can get you his name and number, and you can get yours printed, and go to the small real estate companies. Order 500 at a time in the summertime when business is the most lucrative. That's when they really use them. And they're very effective because it's exactly when they're shopping the insurance. There's your ad. And they're about $2 a piece, but you split the cost with the mortgage person, so they're about $1 a piece. And they're very effective. One other thing I do that I give to realtors, I've got these pads of paper, and I don't know if y'all can see them, but it has my picture, the farmer's logo on the bottom. It has my web page. It's got my phone number, everything. I give these to them. They use them in their car, and mortgage people use them to write notes. And then when they're meeting with clients, if they don't have my business card there, they just rip off a sheet of paper and say, here's Stephanie's number, give her a call. It's very effective. They're about $1.49 a piece. I buy them from the same guy that does my folders. And you can get little larger ones, and I've got smaller ones. The mortgage people like the little larger ones, and the realtors like the little smaller ones because they fit in their car very nicely. Let's see here. I often go to the real estate meetings themselves, get up and talk about it. It's not a lunch and learn like I was talking about earlier. And by the way, lunch and learns are reimbursable. That lunch through your cost share dollars, so you don't have to eat all the cost. I like to make mine nicer. I don't know if y'all still have Macaroni Grill. It closed down here. I don't know if they did there, but I used to just do the lasagna. I know Olive Garden has the bulk lasagna you can buy, and the salad and bread. I do a little nicer lunch like that instead of just pizza, because they get tired of pizza and Jason's Deli sandwiches, and it kind of differentiates yourself. It's not that much more money, and you're getting reimbursed half. So I do that. But I go to the broker meetings. Most real estate offices have meetings in Corpus Christi on Tuesday mornings. And I just stand up and say a little tidbit. This week's tidbit that I called all the brokers about is a company called RoofMax. And I don't know if y'all have heard about it, but it's new to Corpus Christi. They go out and they seal the roof, and it adds life to the age of the roof. Down here, our roofs don't last very long because of the wind and the sun, and it's so windy in Corpus Christi. But what will often happen is there'll be a 23-year-old roof, and it's a 30-year shingle, and it's deteriorated. It's not good enough for farmers. But if they put this RoofMax on it, our TWYA, which is the windstorm division, will extend the life of the roof 15 years. So, and it costs about $2,000 to have this treatment done to the roof. Other companies like Wellington, through Craft Lake, Foremost, they will accept this product on their roof. I called farmers. Farmers will not accept this product on the roof. It's considered a repair on the roof. But I talked to underwriting. But you can write this home through Craft Lake, through Wellington, and you can write it through Foremost, to get your premiums up. So this is something new that I've just learned about. So I'm speaking to all the offices about this may save their deals. If the seller doesn't want to put on a new roof, the buyer wants a new roof, but they can get this RoofMax to extend the life of the roof, we may have a deal. And I always say to the brokers, I am here to facilitate business, to help it, to get more money, to keep the money in the family and keep everyone selling and making more money. So that's something that I've talked about this week. That's an example of new things in the market that happen, maybe a flood rate change. I know y'all probably don't sell quite as much flood as we do down here just due to the hurricane risk, but I do a flood letter every year to all my clients that don't have flood insurance, and I send a paid envelope for them to send back a flood rejection so I can scan it in the system. So if they do flood, then I'm covered. I do have a lot of parties. I like to do theme parties, and I invite smaller real estate companies. So if you have a smaller home, you may want to just get started. Maybe they've got 7 or 8 people on their team. Or it's a smaller real estate company where they have 10 people, and you can have a barbecue, or I'll have a fondue party, and really get to know them. Now, team up with your mortgage person, team up with an inspector, team up with the home warranty, get that bill divided by 4, serve drinks and food and high-end stuff where they're going to want to come, and hire someone to help serve at the party so the drinks are replenished. And it's a great way to get to know them, have camaraderie for their office. So the broker of the office is going to like that you're doing something for their entire company, not just the one-on-one, but their broker is going to like that because it's, like I said, it's camaraderie for them. It's not going to cost you that much because you're dividing the whole bill by 4. Do it at your home so you get the most bang. Put up your farmer sign in your house so you get the advertising out of it. And, you can do a little giveaway, give away your koozies and your cups and all that kind of stuff at your house too. But I do 2 big parties where about 300 come a year. I usually do a summer sizzle or a spring fling. I didn't do it this year because of the pandemic. I don't know if I'm going to do a Christmas party this year. I usually do a big Christmas holiday party. And what that does is it shows people, hey, they refer to Stephanie. I need to refer to Stephanie. I invite people that refer to me, and then people that I want to refer to me. And I get some of my top referral partners and get them to walk around and talk to people about referring to me. And it's like a big birthday party. I've got photo booth, I've got, you name it, gambling in the garage. You know, I hire a company to do Texas Hold'em and all that kind of stuff. And I've got live music inside. I've got a DJ outside. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Let's see. Now I wanted to talk a little bit, besides the marketing out in the community, I wanted to talk about marketing inside the agency. One thing that I want to ask you is, how do you answer your phone? I am passionate about the way our phone is answered. I want to hear Farmer Sells Life, how may I direct your call? I want to hear fluctuation. I don't want to hear Farmers Insurance, how can I direct your call? And when I hire people, we call around to State Farm and Allstate and listen to how they answer the phone. If you're shopping insurance, who are you going to want to do business with? The happy, fluctuating people. And why is life insurance such a secret that we have in our agencies? Farmers Sells Life. It's a free advertisement. Why do you just say Farmers Insurance? Sell Farmers Sells Life. So right away, you're letting them know that you sell life insurance. It doesn't cost a thing. I learned this when I was 17 and I went to work for the largest State Farm agent there in San Antonio. He's since retired, but when I was the receptionist there, that's how I answered the phone, and I had to fluctuate. And I learned it, and it was always a top sales agency. It was a huge agency, and it's free. This is something you can do to make a difference, and it's free. Excuse me. The next thing I wanted to talk about, I sent this over to Roy's office. Every sale, you know, as the agency grows, even from week number 1, my district manager made me do an Excel spreadsheet every week with who sold it, what day it was sold, what day it's effective, the customer's last name, the policy number. Then we had to do sales count, how much sales count it was. Then I have premium columns, and then who referred it. So I can keep track as the agent when I'm out there marketing, what's effective, what's working, what are putting the rubber to the road. Where am I getting my numbers from so I can thank them? I can write them a little note in the mail. I can take them to breakfast or coffee or a drink. Figure out where all the happy hours are in town so it's cheap drinks. You know, don't take them to the most expensive. But I have this fabulous Excel spreadsheet, and my receptionist does this. We have a letter that we send out on my stationery. I sign it in happy blue ink, and it goes, and always sign everything in happy blue ink. It's perceived as being warmer and friendlier. But this letter specifically goes out to all new homeowners 30 days after they're in the home, and let them know. It lets them know about the discount they can get by buying the life insurance. And then I have, a week after we send the letter, we hand write. We don't put labels on these letters. We hand write in blue ink, because then people go, oh, this is special. Someone hand wrote this letter, and it's blue, so they perceive it as happier and friendlier. They open it, read our letter, and then we call them about life insurance and follow up and talk about mortgage protection. You know, now they've gotten in the home and they're settled in, they've had their first payment, they, you know, got all the relatives have come and checked out the house. This is something that's been very effective in my agency to get sales. You know, you might just start out with a term, but then in a year you can set it up to convert it, because now they're really used to that house payment. But it's been real effective to get the numbers in. So I encourage you to send this letter, sign it in happy blue ink, and handwrite the labels. And that seems to really make a difference. Let's see here. I have my agency not segregated, that doesn't sound right, separated. I have salespeople, and I have customer service people, I have windstorm people, I have courtesy call people that, you know, do make retention. And I've got 16 on staff. So I've got it divided. Once I separated sales from service, my numbers went through the roof. Once I figured out who's good at sales and who's good at service, my numbers went through the roof. And so I really encourage you to try that in your agency. But my customer service people are required to give me 5 names a day of who they tried to cross-sell. And so when they're talking about adding that car, or they're talking to whatever the case may be, they bring up life insurance, they have to write their name down, and every day at the end of the day, the names go on my chair so I can see who's not doing their 5 names, or I hope they don't make up the names. But, you know, we get a lot of cross sells in my agency, and that really helps the numbers. It helps the density. It helps the double down. So that's something that you can really do. That really will make a difference in your numbers. The other thing is we do claims calls. Unless it's a tow claim or a fast glass claim, I personally call every person and say, hi, I'm so sorry you had a claim. If you have any problem, you know, first of all, is anyone hurt? If it's an accident, you know, and then I talk about if you have any claims problems whatsoever, call my office and we'll be happy to help. But we don't anticipate you're going to have any kind of a problem. Our claims service is superior, but call us if you need us, and we're here, and we're sorry you had an accident. Glad that no one was hurt. People love it. Doesn't cost you a thing. And it really solidifies that relationship. Sometimes I get thank you notes in the mail from people thank you notes for me calling to check on them after a claim. So they really like it. We do thank you notes for cross sells. When people do, let's say our customer service, we have their auto and we cross sell the home or the renters, we write a little thank you note to them. We print it out on the computer and I hand sign it in happy blue ink. Let's see, make sure you respond to your Yext reviews. It's really important because it'll put you higher up in the rankings. And if you just say something simple, I also respond to all of the reviews from farmers. That, you know, makes a big difference, you know, with people. Also, one thing that I do, they're no longer free. I just got my first ones. I do birthday cards. This one says happy birthday. It's an American flag. I had it imprinted. It's not that expensive, with my picture, my name. They were free for all these years. This is the first time I've had to buy them, but they're very inexpensive. I hand sign them in happy blue ink and we mail them. I believe if you just send the postcard, they're going to go, and it's a computer signature, they're going to think she didn't really even know it was my birthday. She doesn't really care. It's just an automatic computer thing. I think it's a waste of your money. I think if you don't send a hand-signed card, and anyone at the first of the month, my staff prints out a list of everyone who's getting a birthday card, and it's about 25 pages a month, especially in the month of the summer months. I don't know why my customers seem to be summer babies, but she prints out the list. I put a dot next to everyone that I know or a big client that I want to write a personal note to, and I write their first name, and I write, I hope you have a special day and fantastic year, exclamation point, and then sign my name. And that goes a long way. And people, I run into them at HEB and they're like, thank you for the birthday card, and you actually signed it. I had someone who came in to buy some life insurance yesterday, and I was sitting there signing my birthday cards, and she's like, why don't you just use a stamp? And I said, well, if you got a stamp, would you think that I really did it, or would you think I had an employee do it? She's like, good point. And so I hand sign them myself, every single card, and people like it. You know, there's those little touches. And Joe Schoening, I don't know how many of y'all have heard from Joe Schoening in the past, but he was an agent. He's retired. He works for his son-in-law now that's a farmer's agent. And he always, I learned this at career school, he always put a stick of bubble gum in every birthday card. You know what I put in? A magnet, a business size card magnet. These cost me 10 cents a piece. I get them from the same guy with the folders and and the notepad. You can get these through Farmers, though. I don't think you can put your picture on it if you do it through Farmers. Anyway, but I put a magnet in, cost me 10 cents. It's like getting a little gift. And then they put it on the refrigerator, so when someone asks them, who do you have for your insurance? They say, Stephanie Waterman, Farmers Insurance. Do you know how many people I ask them, who do you have for your insurance? And they say, Farmers. And I say, who's your agent? And they go, I don't know. And how are they supposed to refer you if they don't even know who you are? So you've got to do those touches. This is a 10-cent touch. You're already spending the 50 cents on sending the birthday card. You might as well send a 10-cent little extra so they remember you every single day. So when insurance needs come up, they know who to call. So I really encourage you to do that. One thing that I take a lot of pride in is we sell a lot of umbrellas in my agency. And our goal is to sell 100 umbrellas a year. Now, how does Stephanie track that? Well, every January 1st, I order in 100 umbrellas, fancy ones, you know, with the wooden handle. They cost me 16 bucks a piece. I order it once again from the same guy. He's my customer, can you tell? They're 16 bucks a piece, and I order 100 of them, and I have them in umbrella stands around the office. And people constantly say, hey, how do I get an umbrella? Because they're real nice looking. And they say Stephanie Waterman, Farmers Insurance on them with the phone number. And my staff will say, oh, you buy an umbrella and you get an umbrella. And so it brings up, and they're like, umbrella? And it brings up the umbrella conversation. You know, we try to do the umbrellas proactively when we're selling the products, but when someone's coming in and they see the umbrellas and it just intrigues them, and it really brings the conversation into play. And we've sold a lot of umbrellas, selling those and giving away those umbrellas to people. So that's something you may want to consider, getting some umbrellas and having your name on them and having them there to get those umbrella sales up. It's density. Then you get a little higher coverage on the auto. It's a great time to speak about protecting themselves and selling the quality of Farmers Insurance, not just selling a policy. So that's something we do. In our agency, about 2 years ago, we started guerrilla warfare. And a lot of these little insurance companies, a lot of these, y'all probably have it more than we do. In the past, we never had non-admitted carriers in our market. And we just had State Farm, Allstate, and Farmers were our main competitor. Those were the main competitors, Allstate and State Farm. Well, we started getting all these no-name little companies in. Thank goodness our state representatives started speaking on the fact not to buy from these people because they're non-admitted, and they go bankrupt. You're out of luck because the Texas Guarantee Fund does not back them. And you know, he had public statements about this. So I spoke on this to my real estate groups, and but they came in with a vengeance, these little guys, and their rates are cheaper than ours. But it's not a quality insurance like what we sell. And will they be there when there's the claim? So we had to really get out there. They started marketing heavy, and our mortgage companies and our realtors were being bombarded. So we decided we had to do the same thing. But I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I'm always on a budget. You know, I've got how many people on payroll? I got advertising. And who wants to spend money if you don't have to? So we started this guerrilla marketing. I'm going to give you some examples. I've got them here. This is one we did that a lot of realtors and mortgage companies thought it was cute. It's a little shot bottle. I got a discount from the liquor store. They gave them to me for 60 cents a piece. And it's a little Jose Cuervo, and it says, take a shot on us for all your insurance needs. Stephanie Waterman, Farmers Insurance, a little tag on it. So we went around. My daughter went around with one of my sales reps and dropped these off to, you know, all the offices, and they loved it. It was great. You can also, give these out at the end of your parties or something like that. Let's see here. This one we gave out. This is a little mirror that we bought at the dollar store. And the label on it says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best lender of them all?" And then they're looking at themselves. And these cost $1, just a little something to be cutesy, to keep, top of mind. So that's something we did. We got these at the dollar store, these in the fall, these hot pads. And our rates, it says, "Our rates are too hot to handle. Farmers Insurance, Stephanie Waterman." So we just gave these out. I mean, they were $1. You buy 20, 30 of them and you get your message. It's worth taking. It's much more effective doing something cute and inexpensive than dropping by donuts and bagels and spending $20 on one person. You're spending $20 on 20 people. This one, we gave out little goldfish bags. And let's see, what did we say about the goldfish? We're fishing for referrals. And then another one we got from the dollar store, a bunch of cookie cutters. Now you can get them according to theme. So if that time of the year, it's Valentine's Day, so you can get heart cookie cutters, and you could get shamrock cookie cutters, and you just put the little tag on there and say, "Our rates aren't cookie cutter," or "We're not a cookie cutter insurance agency." Some of the other ones we did is we got bags of popcorn, and it says, "Just popping by to, look for a referral." Halloween time, we did, what are those? Hot tamales. And it says, "No tricks, just treats." And that was something cute. At Easter, we bought those peeps at the dollar store. And we put, "Send your peeps to us." And I guess that's a lot of the ones that we did that were really cutesy. We had little trash cans, and we talked about trashy insurance companies, something about non-admitted carriers, but I don't remember what the tagline was on it. But anyway, now as far as advertising goes, let's see here. I do a lot of exterior advertising. Like I'm sponsoring the Builders Association. I'm doing it through Cost Share. And I've got a big ad that's going out in the newspaper, and that's a great place to advertise because people are looking at new homes. We all know we're very effective on our rates with new homes. Down here, we can keep the wind in, so it helps on our premium dollars with new homes. So I am a main sponsor, $5,000 sponsor for the Builders Association for the what is it, the home show that showcases all the brand new homes, where you go from home to home. And I'm in the little pamphlet where they look at the homes. And I should get 75% cost share on that because I'm doing a big ad in there. So it's considered advertising. But it helps you with your builders and getting those builders risks. They see that you support their industry, and it makes a difference just being there. I do a lot of other advertising. I do billboards. Right now I have 5 billboards up. One thing about billboards, a lot of people don't know, if you go into a billboard company and you say, "I want to be here," you pay a lot of money. But if you go to the billboard company and you say, "I don't care where you put me somewhere on the north side of San Antonio," I say, "Put me on the south side of Corpus Christi," and they choose and they pick the boards that haven't sold for that month, I may, for $500, get a $2,500 billboard. And as long as you're not picky on where they put you, it's a lot less expensive. And some of my boards out in the rural areas, I got an agency out in Sinton, Texas, so I put couple small boards out there. You know, they were normally $1,000 a piece. I got them for 200 because I told them, put me wherever you want to put me. And whatever's vacant, just put me there. And so that's a way you can get more bang for your buck when it comes to billboards. If you just don't say, I want to be here. If you let them pick it, it's less expensive. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. I don't know if San Antonio has bus benches. I have 70 bus benches. The more you buy, the cheaper they get. They're like little billboards along the street. And people always ask me, why do you want to sell to people that don't have cars? I'm like, I'm selling to the people that are driving by in the cars, not the people that are sitting on the benches waiting for the buses. But I get those for about 20 bucks a piece, because the more you buy, if you buy one, it's 200 bucks a month. If you buy 70, they're 20 bucks a month. So you get a whole lot more for your money if you buy more. One thing that Sam Schlehuber, I don't know if y'all have heard of him. He's a great agent, a PC agent out of Dallas. He does a lot of advertising on grocery carts. And that has been extremely effective for him. They don't allow that in Corpus Christi. I don't know if they allow that in San Antonio. But, you know, you're dealing with a lot of women and men shopping, and they see your picture every time. And that Sam said is real effective. I did movie theaters, and that was real effective. I did TV ads. There's a certain time of year that you can go to the TV station and you get these huge packages for like $1,000 a month, or you can buy one for $500 a month, and they'll give you like 400 TV commercials. It's for small businesses that have never advertised on TV. And so you get it like 90% off the ad, and every once in a while they'll throw you in, you know, the 6 o'clock news or the 7 a.m. news or whatever. So you get some good time in there too. And that was effective. I did that for a year. Another place to advertise is playbills, like down at the Majestic. Those are our target customers, people that have, you know, bigger homes generally, more cars, maybe secondary homes. I advertise at the Corpus Christi Harbor Playhouse down here, and it's not expensive. And I do the back cover of the playbill, so everyone sees it, and then I have an ad up on the screen. And they usually give me a bunch of free tickets for doing so much advertising. And then I give those to mortgage people and realtors. And, you know, as little thank yous for referring me that big house and the secondary house and the whole 9 yards. Let's see. I think I'm coming down to an end. Does anyone Roy, can they ask me questions? I can't hear you.
We're going to open it up to Q&A. Jeremy Hammond, can you open it up to the audience? And we're going to have to be careful on stepping on one another. It may be best if you chat in the question to my staff, Courtney, Jessica, or Jeremy, and then they'll ask you the question, Stephanie, so we don't have everybody chatting in at the same time, verbally.
Great.
So if you have questions, can you chat it in, please, to Jeremy, Courtney, or Jessica, and then we'll ask Stephanie. While you guys are asking your questions, Stephanie, I got a few questions for you that I want to recap.
Sure.
I kind of lost it. I'm not familiar with some of your verbiage. So you mentioned earlier, let's see here, that you would have a small luncheon, maybe for realtors or mortgage companies, et cetera, or a big luncheon or dinner, whatever the case may be. But you said that you would get cost share dollars for the actual meal?
Yeah, up to $100 right now.
Okay, so even if you do a meal, farmers will help you out with 50% is what you said, right?
Yes, right now they're doing 75% until July 31st.
Right. And then you mentioned that, I wasn't sure if you said you sent I saw we got the letter posted right now on Zoom, but I thought you said you had sent me a spreadsheet. Maybe I was wrong.
No, I didn't send a spreadsheet, my Excel spreadsheet. It's just a basic Excel spreadsheet.
Gotcha.
I can send it to you if you want it.
No, I just wanted to make sure because I had received the letter, but not this spreadsheet. Now, you also said something about responding to your guest reviews. Can you recap that again one more time?
The Yext reviews.
Oh, the Yes reviews. Okay.
Yext, Y-E-X-T.
Okay. So
If you were, I have that white glove service.
Okay.
That farmers told me. See, I didn't know I was supposed to respond. Like when people say, "Oh, fantastic agency," if you respond to them, and you can set it up that your phone will text you every time you get a Yext review, and it'll let you do a review instantly. Even if you just say something simple like, "Thank you so much. We appreciate your business," or "I appreciate your business. Thank you for your positive feedback." Something like that. It helps boost you in the internet. That's what the Yext people told me.
Okay.
And you can set it up. The Yext people can set it up to text you.
Gotcha. So you had some little trinkets you gave away, and you had those hot pads.
Yeah.
And did you say that you put on the little note, we are too hot to handle? Is that what you're talking about?
Our rates are too hot to handle.
Okay. It's a big difference there. But I like all those little trinket ideas. And I'm assuming that the little cards attached to it is you have those made also at the print shop you're talking about.
Well, we just printed them on our little printer and did a little punch and.
Okay, gotcha. Before I forget, could you just make a note to send me the person you use for the printing, just in case, because they already have a lot of your ideas, and maybe we can take advantage of that as well.
Oh, one thing I failed to mention, I've got these little stickers they made me, and they have my picture, and it just says Stephanie Waterman Farmers Insurance on it. And what I do with those is if I do buy donuts, or I take by engineers' offices that do flood elevations and stuff, and I put my sticker on it so everyone knows, not just my business card, tape a business card, but I put my stickers on stuff.
Okay.
So you could just put a sticker if you didn't want to punch, like on the goldfish, we're fishing for referrals, you could just put your sticker on there.
Right. Yeah, that's good too. You don't want to be punching holes on that bag.
Yeah, and then they're stale.
And then we'll open it up to my staff so they can get back with you. You said something about you send during Easter that little note that I thought was kind of cute. Send your peeps to us. Yeah,
you know those little peeps? They're little marshmallow little chicks. They call them peeps.
Okay. That's what I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Thank you.
Yeah, those little peeps, they come in a box and they're $1 at the dollar store. Okay. And so send your peeps to us. You know, it's just a play on the name of the candy.
Right, that's cool. All right, staff, do you have questions for Stephanie so we can start wrapping it up? Courtney,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We have a question that's for you, Stephanie, that says, do you include your contact info on the sticker, or is it just for branding?
You can put it on there. The ones I have right now just say my name on them. And honestly, what I did these stickers for, I took advantage of the COVID where we could give money to give stuff to first responders. I teamed up with my restaurant owners that I insured the restaurants, and they took their food out. I would tell them they could spend up to $130 a day. I have this sheet of paper that says why Waterman, and it's printed up, and it talks all about why you should buy from Waterman Insurance. And it talks about non-admitted carriers, how they're not backed by the guarantee fund. It talks about what is a deductible, what is, all the basic questions for new home buyers. So I put that with my sticker and gave it out to the COVID first responders with the food. So on those stickers, I didn't have it, but it's a great idea to put your contact info on the stickers.
Another question?
Thank you for that. And then we have a question from Cassandra. She wants to know, how do you keep track of which marketing source brings in the most clients?
Oh, that's a great question. It's vital. That's why I have this Excel spreadsheet. And that's how we track who, you know, we put an X next to it if they've received that mortgage letter to the far right. But there's a column on how they hear about us, whether it's a bus bench, whether it's a billboard, whether it's a mortgage person, a realtor. So I know what's working. And I can also, those of you who like to track your sales, I can look the same week 1 year before what our sales were, because insurance is cyclical. Towards the end of the month, you always have more sales because there's more closings on houses generally if you deal with a lot of realtors and mortgage companies. So you can see the last week of the month a year ago, how many sales did we make? Is the market up or down? And are we up or down? Or is it just this time of year we don't have a lot of sales? And I can look back 10 years. I can pull the same week for 10 years and see my production. And so that Excel spreadsheet, I put one line between every week. There's a blank line between the weeks. And so that's a great way to, you know, keep track of who's sending you what. You can sort it and see, oh, did Susie Q refer us? She referred us 15 houses last year, and she's only referred us one this year. I need to take her to breakfast and find out what's going on. Why is she not referring to us anymore? Did we tick her off, and did she have a new? Is she now referring to those non-admitted carriers? Do I need to do a lesson there? What do we need to do to get that back and going? So it's a great way to, you know, keep track of who's referring to you, why they're referring to you, where your sales are actually coming from.
Thank you. Any more questions out there? Courtney, Jessica, Jeremy?
Stephanie, on the new home letter, you said that you handwrite the address, correct?
Yes.
Do you use a farmer's logo envelope, or do you keep that blank as well?
This is my President's Council stationery, and it comes with the President's Council stationery envelope, yes.
Okay.
But we handwrite it. It's vital you do it in happy blue ink. If it's black ink, they're less likely to read it.
Any more questions, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, so as you can tell, it's an early morning start for Stephanie, and she's already aggressively passionate. She's engaged. She tracks everything, so I thought I was the only crazy guy out there. But you know, those of us that love the business love watching it. And I met Stephanie approximately, I don't know, 20 years ago probably. And she was excited that day. She's still excited. As I mentioned earlier, our agents went to Corpus after they heard about her presentation here. We all got in our vehicles and took off to Corpus, and she opened the doors and let us just walk in her agent and showed us around. Now, I'm not saying for you to do that now. In fact, I don't want Stephanie to start thinking, oh my God, they're coming over. No, what I'm trying to say is we have a lot of agents, including Stephanie, and the ones to follow today. They have a big heart and a bold talent, and we're all willing to learn from each other. I was busy looking down and writing notes, and I don't even know if you guys could see me or not, but or if Stephanie could see me. I was not being disrespectful. I'm writing down a lot of notes from your conversation, Stephanie. So we want to thank you guys. I want to remind everybody that we'll come back on at 10:30. At 10:30, we continue our presentation today, and already we're off to a great start. Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing with us and for joining us.
Absolutely.
And you're welcome to join us the rest of the day if you want to. You can even pick and choose your speakers. We've got them outlined.
Awesome.
But we've got a tremendous day of knowledge and wisdom, guys, and most importantly, farmers' friendship. See you guys at 10:30. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Roy.
Thank you, Stephanie. See you at 10:30.